What's up everybody, Weston here with the Hidden Gibbon, back with another Daily Deck Tech video. And today we have ourselves a very old commander, one of the original commanders for Elder Dragon Highlander, and it comes as a viewer request, and that is Chromium. Now, there's going to be some words on here that some of you newer players might not know, so we're going to go through it. So who is Chromium? Chromium is one of the Elder Dragons, along with like Arcady Sabbath, Nicobolas, Palladium Wars, etc. And it's a 7/7 for 2 generic, 2 white, 2 blue, and 2 black. Now, that's pretty expensive. We can all admit this, right? That's 8 for a 7/7. It flies. It has Rampage 2. We'll get back to that one in a second. And then during your upkeep, you have to pay Esper, a white, a blue, and a black. Otherwise, Chromium is destroyed. It has an upkeep cost. So not only do you have to pay the 8 mana to put Chromium into play, but then you also have to pay 3 mana every upkeep to keep Chromium alive. Now back to this Rampage 2. It's very strange because it is a keyword that is not capitalized on the card, which is pretty interesting in and of itself. But Rampage is a ability that activates if an opponent blocks your creature with more than 1 creature. And so Rampage 2 would say, for each creature beyond the first that blocks Chromium, it will get +2/+2. And you know what I'll do? I will put the Oracle text up on the screen for a little bit here, just so you can kind of grasp what this ability is. It has not really made a comeback since ye olden times of Magic. And honestly, paying upkeep on creatures is, you know, not as common as it used to be. You don't see that in a lot of Magic cards anymore, mostly because it seemed to be unfun. But what we're going to do today with Chromium is we're going to make Chromium Voltron. I mean, it's a big metal-looking dragon in this art, and we're going to suit her up with a whole bunch of equipments and artifacts and things like that. And then we're going to just absolutely try to smash our opponents while not dying. Also, just a heads up on this one, if Chromium dies, you're probably not going to be able to cast Chromium again unless you're really, really getting in there. So we do have a few backup options. For our creatures, we have Baleful Strix. It's a flying Death Toucher, and when it enters, you draw a card. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I really like this art from Final Fantasy for the Baleful Strix. Then we have Baneslayer Angel. Used to be called Wallet Slayer Angel because it used to be like a $40, $50 card, and that used to be considered extremely expensive. Oh, sweet summer children, how we thought Magic was unaffordable back then. But this card has since, fallen off. It's a $4. And this creature is a 5/5 for 5. It has flying, first strike, lifelink, protection from demons, protection from dragons. This is also an excellent card to show power creep, as this is just a hyper power crept version of Sarah Angel. This is one of our alternate beat sticks, by the way, for when eventually your Chromium gets killed and you can go ahead and you need something that you can cast. We have Burnished Heart, sacrifice this creature, search for 2 basic land cards, put them on the battlefield tapped. We have Dragonlord Ajutai, which is, it has hexproof as long as it's untapped, which is always good. And whenever it deals combat damage to a player, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. This is another one of your alternate beat sticks and helps you filter off the top of your library to get some things that will help you suit up your dudes. We have Lotho, Corrupt Sheriff, which is one of the more expensive cards in here, but we need ways of gaining extra mana, right? We have Burnished Heart in here, we have Solemn Simulacrum, and Lotho here is another way, because whenever a player, not just you, not just your opponents, casts their second spell each turn, so if, like, say you cast 2 and your opponent casts 2 on your turn, you get to create, you lose 1 life, and then you create a treasure token. Treasures will help you potentially get your Chromium back in play. We have Miri the Cursed. I love this card a lot. It's a 3/2 for 2 generic, double black, flying, first strike, and haste, and whenever she deals combat damage to a creature, put a 1/1 counter on Miri the Cursed. She's a vampire cat. And also, just very strong overall as an alternative win con. We have Mother of Runes. Target creature you control gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. This is really good. If you have Mom out there, that's her nickname, by the way, is Mom. If you have Mom out there, go ahead, tap her, and give your Chromium protection from the color of your choice until end of turn, just to try to keep Chromium alive. We have Ornithopter of Paradise. You know, it taps for a mana of any color. Phyrexian Metamorph. Have this copy anything that's not legendary. You can copy your Baneslayer Angel, your Ornithopter, your Burnished Heart. Whatever you need, you do it. You can even copy your Mother of Runes. That way you have 2 mobs. Solemn, we already mentioned. It's there for ramp. Spark Double. You could copy your Chromium if you really wanted to, but then you have to pay 6 during your upkeep, and that just sounds freaking terrible. So copy some of your more utility things to help you get there. We have Stonehewer Giant. It's a 4/4/5. Vigilance. You can pay 1 and 1 white, search your library for an equipment card, put it on the battlefield, attach it to a creature you control, then shuffle your library. It's a little bit more budget option than some of the other Voltron-y cards out there, like Stoneforge Mystic. We have Stormscape Familiar. White spells and black spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, so that way your Chromium costs 1 billion minus 1 mana. We have the Council of Four. Whenever a player draws their second card each turn, during their turn, you draw a card, and whenever a player casts their second spell during their turn, you create a 2/2 white Knight creature token. This it's a 0/8, so it's a good old big booty blocker, and then also gets you some knights and draws you some cards, which helps get your Voltron stuff out there and can help protect you. We have Windborn Muse, so flying, and it has a Ghostly Prison effect. It's a 2/3 that just says creatures can't attack you unless their controller pays 2 for each creature they control that's attacking you. For our sorceries, we are running quite a few mass removal. We have ourselves Austere Command, which used to be like a gold standard before Farewell kind of power crept it. But we're not running Farewell in this deck, so Austere Command, you can choose to destroy all artifacts, destroy all enchantments, destroy all creatures with mana value 3 or less, or destroy all creatures with mana value 4 or greater. We got Wrath of God in here. We've got Supreme Verdict. Oh man, I love the art on the Lord of the Rings one here for the Supreme Verdict. We have Time Wipe in here, and we have Damn. Damn, of course, is a targeted removal that you can instead overload for 2 generic and 2 white to Wrath of God. Then we have another targeted removal with Vindicate. Then we have Steel Shaper's Gift, which lets you tutor up an equipment card and put it into your hand. We have Open the Armory, search your library for an aura or equipment card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your library. And Open the Vaults for when somebody eventually blows up all of your equipment, bring it all back. Instance. This is where we're really going to bring the Thunderdome to people, because we have to keep threats off the board while we get ready to bring out the big beat stick. And we also have to have a little bit of supply in our hand to be able to counter some stuff. So we're going to start off with Anguish Unmaking. Again, these Lord of the Rings arts are absolutely fantastic. Exile target non-land permanent. You lose 3 life. Darkness is just black fog. Prevents all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. So this is a protection spell. We have Despark, exile target permanent with mana value 4 or greater. Again, removal. Esper Charm, you can destroy an enchantment, draw 2 cards, or make someone discard 2 cards. Don't underestimate the value of the discard, because if somebody doesn't have a whole bunch of cards in hand, they might have an answer to your stuff, but you can make them discard that. So I normally use it to draw 2 cards, but don't discount the other 2 modes. We have Fracture, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or planeswalker. We have Generous Gift, gives somebody a 3/3 elephant while you destroy that permanent. Mana Leak and Negate are in here for a little bit of counter magic, right? Mortify is destroy target creature or enchantment. Path to Exile and Swords to Plowshares, 2 of the very best single target removal spells of all time. I apologize, friends. My daughter is very excited to be playing out in the other room. We have Shadowbringers, also known as Dovin's Veto, for more counter magic. To be perfectly honest with you, didn't see this when I listed the Negate and Mana Leak because of the alternate art. This is, I put the update to cheapest as the last thing I do when I get done with the list. We have Stroke of Midnight in here. Again, removal, and then somebody gets a 1/1. And we have Void Wren. It can't be countered, and you destroy target non-land permanent. Also, some pretty sweet art there. For artifacts, this is where we have some of our stuff. So we do have some mana rocks in here in Arcane Signet, and then we have the guild signets. See, Azorius is right here, Orsov here. Let's see here. I know we have another one. Dimir here. We have Soul Ring, which normally I don't run Soul Ring, but we really need the extra mana here, friends. And then I do have Talisman of Dominance, Talisman of Hierarchy, and Talisman of Progress. All mana rocks designed to help us get that trillion mana for our Chromium. For equipment, we have Basilisk Collar to give lifelink and death touch. We have Blackblade Reforged to give +1/+1 for each land you control, and it equips to a legendary for 3. We have Bloodforged Battle Axe, which gives a creature +2/+0, and whenever the equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, create a token that's a copy of Bloodforged Battle Axe. We have Brawler's Plate. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and Trample. Now you're going to notice this with a lot of the equipment that I have in here. It will grant Trample, because notice when I talked about Rampage earlier, it says for each creature that blocks beyond the first. However, Chromium herself does not have Trample, so there's no incentive to block with more than one creature if it will just trip over a 1/1 bird. So we're going to have to give an incentive for people to multi-block Chromium, making her more powerful. So Brawler's Plate here gives +2/+2 and Trample. Fire Shrieker gives double strike, always good. Haunted Cloak gives the creature Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. Vigilance is always strong, and again, that Trample in there, and Haste is really good when you're paying a big upkeep cost on your creature. Loxodon Warhammer, one of the OGs of awesome equipment. It gives +3/+0, Trample, and Lifelink. Plus, not giving her a bigger booty is fine, because, like, she's already a 7/7, so a 10/7 flying at somebody with Trample and Lifelink is already pretty terrifying. We got Nemesis Mask. All creatures able to block equipped creature do so. Yes, you heard that right. That is going to be very scary for some people. We have O Naginata, which is O Naginata can be attached only to a creature power 3 or greater. Equipped creature gets +3/+0 and has Trample. So that's, pretty easy to put on your Chromium. We have Robe of the Archmagi, which is whenever an equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you draw that many cards. So when you trample over with your Chromium, peak. It does have a high equip cost since she is not a wizard, warlock, or shaman, but still pretty good value. We have Sculpting Steel, so you can copy one of your equipments. Oh my goodness, my daughter is just pounding away with our little construction set. It's adorable. We have Sword of Vengeance. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and then gets all of the keywords of a chroma, which is First Strike, Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. And then we have Swiftfoot Boots in here for protection. Now, some cards that you could sub in and make this your own is I would recommend things like Dark Steel Plate or anything that makes indestructible. You can drop some of these lower, cheaper spells if you want to go higher budget and put in things like Mithril Coat, Dark Steel Plate, Commander's Plate, etc. Enchantments, we're only running 2. Propaganda and Ghostly Prison. They are in here for one reason and one reason only. We've got to stop people from attacking us non-stop until we can get our big old beat stick out there. But to be honest with you, most of the time, and in the early days when I ran one of the Elder Dragons as a commander, people kind of ignored it because they don't see them as any good. But I'm telling you, the Elder Dragons can still hang if you need them to. And then for our lands, we went a little bit budgety. We've got our comes into play tapped lands with like the bounce lands here. We have Arcane Sanctum. We do have Rogue's Passage, which can make Chromium unblockable, which definitely puts people on a clock. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I had a lot of fun with this one. Chromium is one of the very original Elder Dragons that this format was made after. Back in the day, the reason commander damage is set to 21 is because all of these Elder Dragons are 7/7s, and you could sustain exactly 3 attacks from each of them before you die. It was definitely a fun time looking back into Commander's past, and I would love to do it again if somebody wants to see like Arcades Sabbath, Palladium Moors, etc. made into decks. But let me know how you like the deck tech. Let me know how you think I'm doing here on the channel. If you think I'm doing a good job, feel free to subscribe. You don't have to. And if you want to see your commander made into a deck tech, drop it in the comments down below. As always, I'm Weston with the Hidden Gibbon. I'm going to go play construction with my daughter now, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.